you guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to show you guys how I do this no foundation, no concealer look that I absolutely love opting for in the summertime. It's fresh, it's fun, it's quick, and I don't know about you guys, but every single time I try to look up a no foundation look, it involves a heavy amount of concealer, and concealer is what? Just concentrated foundation. So really, you're defying the whole purpose of a no foundation look. This look literally uses no foundation, no concealer. So for the people out there that just don't like that cakey feeling of makeup on their face, this is for you because honestly, it works. In a second, you're gonna see how I look without any makeup, and trust me when I say I have discoloration on my face, and this really helps. Now I know some people like to use concealer for blemishes or whatever it is. If that makes you feel more confident, then by all means, go ahead, use concealer for that. But I want to show you guys how I do this without any kind of heavy makeup. So I'm gonna stop rambling here and we're gonna get into this video. So the first thing that we wanna do is get rid of that discoloration on your face. I've already done my eyebrows because I just feel like eyebrows take so long to do on camera, and I don't feel like you guys wanna see that. But if you wanna see an eyebrow tutorial and find out how I do my eyebrows, let me know in the comments and I will do that for you. But for now, we wanna get rid of that discoloration on the face because I have yellow undertones in my skin. I get those orange rings around my eyes, I get discoloration around my nose, around my mouth, totally normal. And that's usually why people opt for foundation and concealer, to get rid of that discoloration. It's really bothering me that you guys can see my mirror at the bottom of the screen. I don't know how I'm gonna reposition this. Hang on. Gotta figure this out. It's those little things that bug me. I'm just gonna stare at it the whole time. All right. There we go. Okay, so we want to get rid of that discoloration without using any concealer or foundation. So what we're gonna use is eyeshadow. And today I'm using, surprise, surprise, honestly, I need a new palette in my life. I have tons of palettes, but I always go for the Jaclyn Hill palette. And this is dirty as all hell. Do you see this? Like, I choose to say well used, but I was watching her video the other day where she was showing her new palettes, and she held this palette up and I was like, holy crap, that's really white. Mine used to look like that and now it just looks like a hot mess. But it's because I use it all the time, and I'm so sad that I've already hit pan on 3 of my favorite shades, which are Silk Cream, Central Park, and this one right over here next to Pukey. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm so sad about that. But I'm excited about her new palette. Anyways, this is not about that. We are gonna go on and finish or start this look. I'm all mixed up now. Just as much as I need a new palette, I need a new brush because I'm constantly using the MAC 286 brush. It's just my favorite. It's just the perfect fluffy brush that just helps distribute all the pigment out onto your face so evenly, so nicely, and I just find it so multi-useful. In all my videos, I just use this brush. It's really rare that I use another brush. That's not good. Actually, there's no rules with makeup, so you do whatever you want to do. If you want to use one brush the whole time, use one brush the whole time. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I just shot myself in the foot because I might switch brushes, but you know what I mean. So I'm going in with Silk Cream because it is the perfect neutral shade. It just goes on so nicely and it kind of just blends in with my skin tone. So I'm just putting that all over my lid. Now this might be dark for some people. You can go in with any eyeshadow that you just feel matches your skin tone perfectly and is a good base color. For me, this is a great base color. So I'm just sweeping that on in windshield wiper motions and really making sure I get it on there. If I don't blend it out too much, it will be obvious that I have that eyeshadow caked on, well, not caked on there, but brushed on there, and we don't want it to look too obvious. Once that's on, I'm gonna use a little bit of a darker shade, and I'm gonna be using Pukey right over here, which is basically, the name is perfect. It's a Pukey color, and it's such a nice transition color. So I'm just gonna put that on the same brush, surprise, surprise, and I'm gonna start in the outer corner of my eye. This is gonna add a little bit of dimension to my eye look. We're not gonna go too heavy today because, you know, with a no foundation look, generally you're wearing it on a day that you're going a little lighter. So we're gonna keep this light and fresh. What I love about Pukey is, at least on my skin tone, it goes on like such a nice camel color. And I just find it so beautiful for the summertime to have like a nice camel color on the eyes. It's just so complimenting, so pretty, So a lot of people use this as a transitional shade. I use it as my eyeshadow because it just suits me. It looks good on me, I think. So that's literally all I'm gonna do with the eyes for now. We're gonna go back to the eyes, but we're gonna get to the part that you guys really wanna see, which is the face. How am I gonna pull this off without no foundation or concealer? I'll show you. I honestly think that the most crucial thing that you need to have in your makeup kit if you wanna go for a no foundation, no concealer look is a really good buildable bronzer. A really good bronzer can be added to different areas to even out that skin tone, and then you can build it in other areas and carve out that contour. So really, this is the most important part of a no foundation look, and it takes a fraction of the time of applying your foundation or concealer. For today, I'm gonna be using two different bronzers. The first bronzer I'm using is the shade Social Butterfly from this Tarte palette that is so old. I need new makeup. And I'm gonna go in with just a big, fat, fluffy brush, nothing special, nothing crazy, and I'm just gonna dip that in there. The great thing about this foundation is it goes on so light and it's so buildable. So having it on that fat brush, I can literally just start brushing it on my face. It's gonna even out that skin tone. It's gonna get rid of any excess oil, and it's gonna really start bringing that look together. And just like going in with any other bronzing technique, I'm staying on the outside of my face. I don't wanna bring that pigment in too deep into the center because it's just gonna suck everything in. It's not a great look. Once I have a light layer of that on, I'm gonna go into the center of my face, and I'm not putting any more pigment on my brush. I'm just using whatever is left over, just so I'm evening out my skin tone. I'm making it all look very uniform, I don't want it to be like super white over here and dark over here, because again, when you're using foundation or concealer, you're easily blending things together into the makeup to create that flawless look. With a look like this, you don't have anything to blend it into, and it's harder. You have to kind of make it look like it is on purpose. Once my face is fully bronzed, I'm gonna go in with another bronzer, and I am using, honestly, I'm obsessed with this palette. It is the Pure 4-in-1 Blush Book, and it is just great. I've talked about this in like 5 of my past videos, so if you want to hear me talk and rave about this, then you can go watch those. But I'm going to be using this shade over here, which is called Determined. This is super pigmented, so I don't want to go too heavy on this. I'm using an angled brush, and I'm going to go in with my contour. So because this is super pigmented, I'm just kind of lightly brushing that on there. I'm not going in too heavy. I want to keep it super light, super fresh, and as natural as possible. This does go on very, very orangey, but what I like about it is as you blend it out and throughout the day, it looks so sun-kissed. The secret to a really, really good nose contour is to use a small brush, because think about it, if you're using a big brush, you're distributing that product all over your nose, and you're really defeating the whole concept of carving out that area. So today I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M321 brush, which is literally a crease brush, but it is so precise that I love to use it for my nose contour. So I'm gonna go back in with that Social Butterfly shade because it is lighter, it is more buildable, it's more buildable, and the Pure Blush palette does have that orangey pinky tint to it. This is strictly a bronzy look. So I'm just gonna start putting this right on the sides of my nose, carving out exactly where I want that contour to be. Depending on how much time I have, I'll sometimes just stick with the little brush and just blend it downwards until it's all perfectly blended out. If I'm in a hurry, I will go in with a fatter brush just to get that blending process done a little quicker. You can even just use your fingers sometimes and just go like this, and then just kind of buff out the edges. Once the bronzer is on, I'm gonna go in with blush, and today I am using Honest from the Pure Blush palette. It's just a super, super light shade. I don't wanna go with anything too stark with this look. Again, I'm trying to keep it as fresh as possible. And I'll just sweep that using the same technique that I use with my contour right on my cheekbones. Now that the face is pretty much done, I'm gonna go back in with that MAC 286 brush and the shade Silk Cream, and I'm gonna just buff out my lower lash line just to get rid of any kind of discoloration or under eye darkness that I have in there. And the contrast of the eyeshadow with the contour will add a brightening effect. And because this shade is like super light, you can bring it down, like buff it downwards as much as you want, just to blend it out and make it look a little more natural. And because I want to add dimension in there now, I'm gonna go back in with that pukey shade, but I'm using a smaller brush this time because, you know, the MAC brush is great, but you can't use it for everything. I have literally, this is all my brushes and I just stick to one. I have a problem. I'm gonna use a liner brush, and I wanna keep this as tight as possible to my lower lash line just so it does not look crazy at all, especially since I don't have that foundation on there. So I gotta make sure that everything is in its place and blended perfectly. Next, I'm gonna take the Morphe M532 highlighting brush, and I'm gonna use the shade in Light in this palette, which is the perfect highlighting shade. I'm just gonna lightly dip that in there and sweep it right onto my cheekbones. The great thing about this is, look at that. Look at that. That is such a nice highlight. The great thing about this is you can use it as a cheek highlight, you can use it on your eyes. It's such a multi-purpose shade. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but when I am going for like a no foundation look, it's usually on a hot summer day when I don't want to feel super cakey. And on those days, I love me a good highlight. I'm also gonna put a little on the tip of my nose, on my chin, and on my Cupid's bow. Next is mascara, and I'm going with the Tarte Lights Camera Flashes, which is my all-time favorite mascara right now. Although they did come out with the Lights Camera Lashes in a new package, and it's like super pink and glittery. So I think I might go back to the Lights Camera Lashes just for the packaging. I'm a sucker for packaging. I am the worst. But this, I like used to love Lights Camera Lashes. Flashes took over by far because it just gives you that falsy look without any of the effort. Like, even look at that, just a few strokes and it looks completely different than this eye. And last, I'm going in with lips, and for lips, I'm going in first with the Glam Glow Plump Rageous Lip Treatment. So when you first put this on, it's gonna be super minty, and I don't usually like minty stuff, but it's so worth it with this because it gives you the perfect plump. No injections required. It is gonna be super, super tingly, like to the point where when you first put it on, you're gonna be like, okay, is this what it's supposed to do? Which is the point that it's getting to right now. Super tingly. But then your lips start to plump up, you put your liquid lipstick on, and it looks so flawless and perfect. So I'm gonna be going in with Kat Von D's Bow and Arrow liquid lipstick. I'm not usually the biggest fan of this shade just because I feel like it really drowns me out, but I'm trying to find ways to incorporate it that actually looks good on me. So I've been layering it with different lipsticks, but I want to see if this summer I can really just rock this. And that's it. That's honestly it for this no foundation, no concealer makeup look. It is super easy as long as you have a good buildable bronzer that's literally all you need. This will last you all day long, especially if you spray some Fix Plus on top of it. It's just gonna make it a little more dewy, a little more summery, a little more glowy. But other than that, I feel like the powder absorbs any kind of oil, which you really need in the summertime. And sometimes foundations and concealers can feel a little too cakey in the humidity. So this is the look I try to go for whenever it is getting super hot, super humid, and I'm just not in the mood to have cakey foundation on. So if you guys like this video, let me know in the comments, leave me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I try to upload every single week so we can hang out, we can chat, we can catch up, and let me know if there's any kind of video out there you want to see because I'd be happy to show it to you. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.